In this video, I'm going to go over colors, school subjects, and then school personnel. So starting out with colors, first the sign for color, color. So your fingers wiggle on your chin, color. Then we have red, index finger, red, and it goes down your lip. Orange, this is the fruit and the color. Then we have yellow, green, do a G, blue, B handshake, blue, purple, do a P, purple, pink, P handshake, and I've seen two different movements with it. I've seen it where people just move their middle finger on their lip, and I've also seen it where people move their wrist. Pink or pink. Red, pink. And then purple. People get pink and purple mixed up. Then we have tan, a T down your cheek, brown, gray, white. Don't get this mixed up with like, where you go to an 8, like, white. And then black or black with a 1. Talking about light colors, dark colors, and bright colors. So for a light color, you might see someone sign it with their eyes open more. So if I'm saying light blue, my eyes widen and I might sign it a little higher. At least that's what they're doing with this curriculum. So eyes open more, blue. If it's darker, if it's dark blue, you squint. And then if it's bright or like neon, you do a bigger movement. So bright blue, and this would be for any of the colors. I'm just using blue as an example. So light, dark, and then bright. Moving on to school subjects. Remember the sign for class. Going through the subjects, so you have math, modified M's, and they brush. So this part of your finger brushes this finger, math. I've seen some people do it with this hand shape as well, math. Science, so thumbs up. And I've showed you this one before, but it's like you're pouring chemicals. If you change it to B's, it's biology. If you change it to C, it's chemistry. And then you have the oddball of physics with bent V's, physics. Then we have English, 2 ways to sign it, either English, where you're grabbing your hand and it's a fist, or a flat hand and you're still grabbing it. And you kind of do a little rock with it. So English or English. Next is history. Do an H, history, thumb for it, hold your fingers down, history. Hard of hearing, so HH, it bounces. History, just up and down because it repeats itself. History. And we have reading, or some people might do it like this, or read. Writing, pinch hand, writing. Literature is just L-I-T. Art, so here's your canvas, your brush using your pinky, art, same as draw. Music, non-dominant arm, dominant, closed hand shape, and you're going to go up and back. Music. Geography, the sign for earth, so middle finger and thumb, earth, and it kind of rocks back and forth. So earth, study for geography. Government, you have a 1 hand shape. Start palm out. You're going to slowly rotate, pull your finger back, and then out. So government. Here, pull back to here. Government. And then politics, same kind of movement, just a P handshake. Politics. Government. politics. And if you're saying political studies, political study. The next one is social studies. You would do SS, and they emphasize opening that hand just a little bit. Then I'm going to show you, I added these two, this next one. In ASL, it's called Kiss Fist. What that means is love it. So in spoken language, we use love to different levels. ASL, we have different signs to show that. So if we're saying, oh, okay, love you, bye, you would use the I love you hand. If you're saying you love someone, you would use this. But if you're saying, oh, that restaurant, I love it, you would use kiss fist. Kiss fist. And you know you don't have to actually kiss your fist, but it is at your mouth. Kiss fist. So you could say U.S. history, kiss fist. ASL, kiss fist. And then favorite or prefer. So before I showed you color, middle finger forward, favorite or prefer. It taps on your chin. So favorite or prefer. And the way you tell the difference, if I sign, it depends on the pronoun. So I could say your favorite color, what? Or I could say blue or red, you prefer which. So your favorite, you prefer. That's a way to tell them apart. Moving into just some of the school personnel. With these, you can take any of the class subjects, school subjects, and put them in with fill in the blank teacher. So reading teacher, literature teacher, whatever. Starting out, we have what's called an agent marker. This is an agent marker. You saw that with the sign for student. This shows a person. And specifically with these signs, it shows that the person is skilled at whatever you're signing about. So teacher, like we saw before, this is teach, teacher. The person is skilled at teaching. So going through some of these. Counselor, fist or open, I've seen both. This is like their mouth and they're giving advice to you. So counselor. Teacher we saw. We've also seen principal. Principal doesn't have an agent marker. Assistant principal, you might see assistant like this, thumbs up, assistant, or where it's an L. So assistant, principal. Then we have nurse. So like you're checking the pulse with, it's a modified N for nurse. So you might see it like this or this. You might see it with the thumb out, nurse. Coach, I've seen it with a C hand. I've seen it with a claw. This can be coach or boss. The next one, president. This one doesn't have an agent marker, and there's two ways to sign it. There's president, so here to here, or president, where you almost cross, and then out to S's. Like I said, you can add whatever the class is before teacher to specify. So I didn't go over all of the school personnel because you can add those words in. Make sure you're practicing these. It's important that you know them.